So he figures out, of course, that she's playing him, and he says to her, so she has no choice but to complain about Stefan going to rescue Elena. He is so pissed off at this point that he tells her, Caroline, you're beautiful, but if you don't get lost at this minute, I'm going to rip your throat out. Great way to get in good with the girl that you like, huh? Not so much. But you can't blame him for being pissed. Every time he seems to have a plan together, everything keeps falling apart. He's about to leave, but she stops him, revealing that she knows how to lift the hunter's curse. He gives her 10 seconds to explain herself. And I'm guessing this is where she tells him that, Jeremy needs to kill a vampire, and they're in need of a vampire. Chris frees Elena, and she's initially distrusting, but still grateful. The tormentors still refuse to leave her now, and she's coming perilously close to losing touch with reality. He unlocks the door, tells her to get gone before Klaus returns, and leaves. As soon as he's gone, Stefan walks in, ready to take her out of the house, but all Elena sees is Connor Jordan coming at her. She backs away in fear and then picks up some sort of metal object. I think it might be a fireplace poker or something. I can't really see that all because the whole action sequence happens so fast. And she runs him through with this object, thinking he's the hunter trying to kill her. She freaks out and hightails it out of the house. Stefan's in such shock that he doesn't even know quite what just happened. Back in Shea Lockwood, Chris is about to split town now that his part of the plan has been complete, when Klaus shows up, demanding to know what happened to Elena and where the hell she went. Everyone, Caroline, Tyler, and Haley, valiantly try to cover for Chris by playing a resounding round of, I did it, no, I did it, it was me, no, it was me. They're all trying to cover for each other. And it's a valiant effort, but Klaus isn't stupid. Klaus is wise to their ways and says that if they don't turn over Chris to him right now, he's going to start ripping people apart. Chris, unwilling to let anyone else take the fall for him and too terrified of Klaus to resist, comes clean that he let Elena go. It's then that Klaus realizes that this unsiring thing that he attributed only to Tyler is not a singular phenomenon. There's more than one who hybrid no longer under his influence. And you would think this would cause him to just obliterate the entire house. But he's surprisingly calm. By now, Elena's been walking the streets of Mystic Falls aimlessly for who knows how long at this point. But it is dark outside, so an entire day has gone by. The apparitions continue to follow her and torment her, now escalating into a 2-on-1 Connor and Catherine gang. You got Connor on one side, you got Catherine on the other, and they're just barraging her. You suck, you need to die, you need to end this, you need to go away, your friends are just suffering, kill yourself, blah, blah, blah. At this point, Elena is literally on the verge. I mean, she is at her breaking point. Stefan tells Damon that he lost Elena after Damon calls him to let him know about Jeremy and the counter to the curse. He tells Damon to find her and that he can talk her, that he knows Damon can talk her down when it seems no one else can. Jeremy accompanies Stefan to Tyler's house to do what must be done. In a rare show of compassion, well, not. It's really all part of the plan. Klaus lets Chris go, which kind of surprises everyone. They're like, and although he is unsure at first, he makes to leave and walks right into Jeremy's stake as he walks to the front door. Everyone saw him there, but just assumed that he was there to help keep Klaus occupied. Tyler is dumbfounded. Haley is freaking out. Klaus just looks totally unaffected, like he didn't care. By this point, Elena, perhaps subconsciously, I'm not sure how she managed to find her way there, but she did. She walks herself to Wickery Bridge. Third time's the charm, I guess. And it's this point that you know she's at the point of no return. If something is not done now, it's done. She truly does believe that it's her time to die, and the appearance of her mother on the bridge with her only serves to drive her straight to the breaking point. Her mother tells her that it's all right, that she's doing the right thing, that she was never meant to live as long as she has, and it's better off for her and everyone else if she makes things right by ending her life. She says not to be afraid, that this was always how it was meant to be. Elena is so far gone by now that she cannot help but give in. She takes off her daylight ring and she throws it into the river. It will be dawn soon, and she plans to let the sun take her. Just then, Damon shows up, having finally found her, and tries to convince her not to kill herself. He tries to talk her down, but it seems like she's too far gone to even hear him anymore. Wherever she is, it's like she's not there anymore. Tyler and Haley beg Jeremy not to kill Chris, but he, Stefan, and Caroline know that this is the only way to save Elena. Klaus just seems to want everything over with already. Jared says he's sorry, but he has to do it, and he proceeds to chop Chris's head off with what looks like a machete. As soon as this happens, the curse lifts, and Elena is finally free of her torment. Unfortunately, by now, the sun has begun to rise, and Elena is without her ring. Not knowing what else to do, Damon tackles her and jumps into the river. Pandemonium ensues over at the Lockwood house. Tyler and Haley are freaking out. Caroline and Jeremy look positively numb. And Klaus is pretty much, new hunter, tattoo, check. Elena alive, check. Curse broken, check. We good? Because I'm out. Peace. Jeremy's tattoo starts to spread, now confirming that he is indeed one of the 5. And now the current key to the cure for vampirism. So, no one's going to be going after Jeremy to harm him anytime soon, especially not Klaus. Elena wakes later on that morning, at least I assume it's the morning, in her room, having been saved by Damon. He managed to find her ring in the river. She says that her head is finally clear, and Damon confirms that the curse is in fact broken. Matter of fact, she says that she remembers everything, but she feels like she was outside of her own body, like she was observing but not really participating. She seems genuinely happy to see Damon and thanks him profusely for everything he's done to save her, even going so far as to hold his hand. Okay, wow. This seems... Try not to interject any personal oh my gods in here, but it's rare to see Elena so... I don't want to say relaxed, but like, she was actually smiling, like happy that he was there. Not just, thanks, Damon, you know, you're really awesome, but oh my God, Damon, thank you so much. Like, she's really, really grateful and glad that it was him, not that it was Stefan, that it was him. I think she's really turned a page. Really, really. This is a huge deal for Damon. I mean, he's sitting there, the look on his face, he's completely dumbfounded, like, is she really saying this? Does she do this? And then he looks down when she grabs his hand, and he's like, oh my God. No, not gonna get the hopes up. Not gonna get the hopes up. Not gonna get the hopes up. She probably doesn't mean this, and she doesn't know the whole story about Stefan either. It's almost like he's got the angel and the devil. You have to tell her, Damon, it's only right. She needs to know the truth about why Stefan's really doing this, or it won't be fair to either of them. Are you kidding? Don't tell her shit. She's finally giving you affection for once in your life. You got her, man. You got her. So he has to make that choice. But you could tell the play of emotions across his face was priceless. It was like he wasn't even sure that this was really happening. She's happy and warm and oh so grateful. And he can completely take advantage of this situation, but as he said, he has to take the annoyingly high road and be the better man. He reveals to Elena the true reason for Stefan's secrecy, the cure, that there's a cure so that she won't be so angry and will find it in her heart to forgive him Stefan, for wanting to help her. Now that she finally understands, she seems even more confused than before. But at the same time, it's weird. At the end of that particular scene, the way that she looks at him, it's like this sense of clarity and peacefulness comes over her face, and it's like she knows now. She understands now about more than just the cure, and she understands with a clarity about herself. Tyler is livid and confronts Caroline about her duplicity, where Chris was concerned, because he did not realize that they were going to get Chris killed. She obviously knew what Stefan and Klaus had planned and let their friend die anyway. He feels incredibly guilty because he had promised this innocent kid that he was going to make sure he was free, that this kid would never have to be beholden to anyone. He could just go home and live his life. And they feel as though they've betrayed him. Caroline tries to make him understand that there was no other way to save Elena, that she was trying to save her friend's life by killing another. And Tyler says, saving one friend by killing another? Are you kidding? Tyler asks her, how exactly did you convince Klaus to give up a hybrid anyway? Because he knows how important the hybrids are to Klaus. And she reluctantly has to admit that she agreed to go on a date with Klaus. At this point, Tyler looks like he's ready to kill something. Dun dun dun! This is what I was alluding to before. Yes, the forward relationship was on very solid ground at the beginning of the episode. By the end, not so solid. Definitely getting Klaus and Caroline feels, which kind of makes me smile. Elena walks outside. By this time, Damon and Stefan have already talked. You can infer this by what Stefan says. That Damon has told Stefan that he revealed to Elena about the cure because it was best. I mean, she was so angry. It's just funny. Damon says to her, if he decides to kill me for telling you, please spread my ashes on Wickery Bridge. By now, Damon's left the house after letting Stefan know that Elena is awake and alright. And this is where they have dun 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 the talk. The talk.
You both know what's at stake. This is the end. Hold your breath and count to 10. Feel the earth move and then hear my heart burst again. For this is the end. I dreamt and dreamt this moment, so overdue I owe them. Swept away on stone.
Yeah, sorry. I said I wasn't going to interject any personal opinions. And that wasn't a personal opinion. That was just me trying to put some levity in there. Come on, you can't ask me not to be happy. I'm a Delena fan. Give me a break here. But I'm not pushing it in anybody's face. being funny. That's it. The talk. This isn't. Now this wasn't. We have to break up because Catherine knows that we're together and she'll kill us if we don't. I don't want to leave you. I love you. Or I'm a Ripper now. I'm a monster and you don't want to be with me and I don't want to see you anymore. Go away. No. Nope, nope, nope. It's neither of those things. And that's what makes it so beautiful. I have really grown tired of a lot of the Elena and Stefan scenes, but this one, I have to say, even though I am a Damon and all Elena fan, this was a really, really well done scene. It was actually quite beautiful. Not tear-inducing, but it really harkens back to the old days, like season 1, when they had those big, mammoth, epic scenes. This is like old-fashioned Elena and Stefan and the really important talks, you know. I was kind of irked at first that it took place on the porch because I know that's Damon and Elena's spot, but there was a reason behind that, and I understand that, so I get why it had to be done there. This is the conversation that everyone, and let's be honest, even the Stelenas, were saying they could see it coming. And I called this shit. I called this way back before season 4 even started. Hell, I called this in the middle of season 3. Actually, no, I called this the beginning of season 3. But hey, this isn't not going to be a back and forth, flip flop, on again, off again. This time, it's for real, and you know it's for real because neither of them argue about it. There's no tears, there's no crying, there's no arguing, there's no please don't leave me, oh my god, don't do this, blah blah blah. For once, they both finally agree. They understand that it's not working anymore. They have tried as hard as they could, and they're both sorry that they had to get hurt in order to figure it out, but even Elena knows that she can't fight anymore. And for her to continue hurting Stefan is not right. I might not enjoy their relationship, but I do like Stefan as a character, and I hate to see her dragging him on when it's not fair to him. He deserves better when it's obvious that she wants to be with somebody else. Stefan knows the truth. He always has, even before she was turned. And it's true. She developed these feelings way before that. And she can't say that it's only happened now because she's turned. It was way before. Elena can no longer find it within herself to deny it or keep fighting it. Damon is the one she runs to. Damon is the only one that she seems to be able to talk to. He's the one who can help her to accept herself. He understands her, and he accepts her for who she is. That's the biggest deal. Stefan cannot stand that she's a vampire. He's doing everything in his power to help her become human, not only because he wants her to have a normal life, because he cannot be with her as a vampire. He cannot stand it. Damon doesn't care what she is. He loves her either way. Nor can he deal with the affection that she has for his brother. He tells her that he understood her taking comfort in Damon when he was Ripper Stefan, because he practically drove her to it. But now that he's stable again, she still feels the same way, and he just can't accept it. He knows now that she's a vampire. Her feelings for Damon have intensified beyond her ability to control them anymore. Elena doesn't, and the biggest deal about this whole conversation is that Elena doesn't even try to deny it. She's completely upfront and she agrees. She doesn't come right out and say it, but she doesn't have to. The look on her face, he already knows. They both do. They've always known this. She realizes that the girl that chose Stefan back at the end of season 3, which obviously we both know at this point was a mistake, is not who she is anymore. And she's not sure who she is, but she's resigned to the fact that she knows that being with Stefan's not going to work. They have tried, and all they have done is pretty much go through the motions, and it's not worth the heartache for them to keep going when the feeling's not there anymore. It's like the song says, I can't make you love me if you don't. She loves him, but she's not in love with him anymore. It's glaringly obvious. There's not going to be any going back this time. This is over, done. I mean, the fact that they both agree on this should tell you right there that it's over, done. Stefan can't do it anymore, and he knows that they've drifted so much apart that it's well and truly over. Small scene at the end. Damon's drinking at the bar, like I said, saves the seat for Rick. Matt comes up. Damon really doesn't want to talk to Matt, but Matt's got some information that he might find interesting. He tells him that because April said she recognized the professor through the professor's friendship with her father, that he did some digging of his own. He had the sheriff look up the professor's phone records and found out that the day the professor died, he made phone call after phone call. I mean, the day that the pastor died, he made phone call after phone call to the professor. So they obviously knew each other. Big deal. So Matt kind of redeems himself in Damon's eyes a bit. And last but not least, the professor guy starts getting really creepy with Bonnie, telling her that he's the only one that can help her, and she must come to him if something else happens hunter-wise. Yeah, I'm definitely sensing that he's trying to control her, and he seems to be succeeding. I don't like this guy. This guy is creepy. You need to have him out. I think he's trying to control her, and God only knows what else. So that is the end of the video log for Season 4, Episode 6. There will be no episode next week, obviously, for the Thanksgiving holiday. We all knew that. Not a big deal. Although I know that the fans are waiting with bated breath for Episode 7, My Brother's Keeper. This is definitely, obviously, from the previews, we all saw this. Looks like Stefan is leaving. I don't know if that's per their agreement or just because he can't deal anymore. But it looks like Damon and Elena are, yeah, it's going to happen. I don't know how far that they're going to get, but conversation is definitely going to happen. And some truths are going to be told and things are going to come out. So we will see how it goes from there. Everyone's excited. Can't wait. This is it. This is the moment we've all been waiting for 3.5 long years, people. Our time has come. Be happy. Smile. Okay. See you guys in 2 weeks then for Episode 7. Peace out.